Hello, it's a very good day from Alton Towers. It's March 2025. It's the opening day. I'm Scott, this is Steve. We've got Matt and Andy with us too. We'll get them in the video soon. Steve, is it going to be a good day?
Yeah, it's a cold one this morning. So yeah, I think it's going to be a lovely day. The sun shines out. We've got a new ride. So we've got Toxicated to do. We're just going to experience the park. So we're doing things a little bit different now. We're not going to the new ride first.
Why not?
Because everyone in the world is going there. So we're going to start off with our plan in the Dark Forest and then head back there about midday-ish, and hopefully the queues will be a bit lower than what they are now.
Yeah.
We're not going to, unless we sprint, and unfortunately, I'm not the sprinting kind of guy, so...
Really?
Funny that, isn't it? You know, I'm not the sprinting kind of guy, and we're not going to be anywhere near the front of that queue because the hotel guests are coming in as well. So we've decided we're going to do things a little bit differently, but I'm looking forward to doing it now. I'm looking forward to seeing what Toxicator looks like and how it's going to ride. And I do like a top spin. I like Talocan at Phantasialand, so it's nice to see one in the UK.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how today goes. I do have my concerns. It is a sellout at Alton Towers. There's a lot of chaos already. Getting into the park was shambolic. They just weren't prepared for it. Half of the security sort of gates weren't ready for people to go through, so that caused a bit of a rush and people barging into each other with fences in front of them with nowhere to go. We know that can turn into disaster, so that was really badly organised. And then when you get to the turnstiles, the scanners aren't working for people who've pre-booked, so that was chaotic as well. I don't understand why still, 5 years after COVID, we're still pre-booking with annual passes. It's just daft. But yeah, Dark Forest first then.
Yeah, let's it's just up there, so...
Yeah, let's go. But before we do, let's bring Matt in.
What about?
You excited?
Yeah, I'm always excited for opening day.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's good.
Good stuff, good stuff. Toxicator later?
Yeah, not done a top spin for over 10 years, so...
Yeah, same,
yeah,
funnily enough.
to get back on one.
Good stuff.
I'm looking forward to it.
And Andy's come all the way from Edinburgh. Hope it's a good day for you.
Hopefully, yes. Looking forward to it. We'll just have to wait and see.
Absolutely. Right, well, it is a sunny day, but it is a cold one, so time for the Dark Forest. So we're in the Dark Forest now. What have you got to tell us about Rita?
It's on one.
This is your fault.
Why?
Because you've led us down to a one-train coaster.
Yeah, but do you want to do a one-train coaster from the back of the queue or at the front of the queue?
We've got an ERT on it in 3 weeks.
I haven't.
Oh.
Like the new harnesses, like, they've changed colour. It's a bit of a shame that it's on one. I don't think there's any sign of getting the second one today, so it is one of those coasters that does need two trains. It just runs slow. Like even where we are in the queue, there's more than 20 people in front of us, so that's at least like a 10-minute queue already in front of us. So yeah, a bit of a shame. I believe 13's at full capacity, you know, so... And
I can hear it testing.
Yeah, which is good because it is cold this morning.
Yeah.
It has to be above 5 degrees for that to run, so it's good that is running now.
Do we need above 5 for Rita, or is it all good?
0.
0 degrees for Rita.
Yeah, well, it used to be negative by temperatures.
Yeah.
Like -10, but like I think it got up to 0 until recently.
How can Taron run in -7, but 13 can't run above 5 below 5 degrees?
Manufacturer's instructions.
But they're both Intamin.
Yeah, but it's different ride type. I believe it's to do with the hydraulics, because hydraulic fluid doesn't work well at cold temperatures. So, but it is inside, so it is a little bit void. You know,
Yeah.
like the hydraulics are never really that cold. So, like they are in the morning, but they warm up over time. And so it is a bit of a strange one. I don't think 13 should be a 5 degrees run, but that's what it says in the manual, and that's what they follow by. So,
Fair enough.
that's what it is.
Go, go, go.
Come on, workers.
9:36 a.m. They've opened Rita's queue early, so hopefully that means the ride's open early. But we've got to do the full walk, and it is definitely on one train. Go, go, go! Are you okay?
It was good, that.
It's going to make the cut, by the way.
It woke me up. That's what I needed. That was fantastic. You know, it is on one train, unfortunately, so I'm glad we hit it early because I don't think we'll be coming back they've opened up all the queue line because I think they're aware that that's going to have a big queue today.
Yeah.
So I'm glad we've done it, and they've got new harnesses on the train, look really nice. So yeah, I loved it. What do you think?
It's just Rita, isn't it? It's all right. Good punchy launch to start the day. Did feel a bit sluggish, but it's first run of the season, isn't it? So it's fine. Obviously, we made a joke about how long it was taking to walk. There it goes. How long it was taking to walk around the queue line, but in all seriousness, credit where credit's due. They've opened it early. I doubt Toxicator will be open yet. So I mean, 13's not open yet. Smiler's not open yet. So big shout out to the Rita crew. Might be on one train, but they've got the ride open before anything else. So well done. Absolutely well done. So they're in for a hard day on one train. They really are in for a tough day today. And obviously the ride operators haven't decided, oh, we're going to have it on one train today. It's simply not ready to be on two. So you can't blame the ride ops for that.
People will.
Yeah, exactly. This is why I'm saying it. Yeah. People will blame the ride ops, but it's not their fault. They didn't just turn up and go, do you know what? One train today. It's not on them. It's not on them.
I think it is going to be messy down here later on. So
yeah,
I think people are going to be a little bit angry because I've operated Rita a handful of times on one train. It's quite rare Rita's on one train.
Agreed.
But when it is on one train, it's not a nice ride to work on because people are angry. You're only loading 20 at a time, and obviously you have the fast tracks and everything coming through as well. And it's really hard for the staff to balance that because you just don't have the capacity to handle it. Like even on two trains, it can be tough at times to handle that. But yeah, they've got a tough day ahead. So, you know, lots of love for the Rita team.
Yeah, I just want to sort of say about one train ops as well. If you are working on a low capacity ride, it's quite boring. I mean, it's, as a ride operator, you don't choose. In most cases, as a ride op, you don't make the decision to run on low capacity because, trust me, it is boring. When you stood on a platform waiting for another train to come back, you're just like, well, what do I do now? Do I talk to my colleague and then look like I'm unprofessional? Do I talk to guests who probably don't want to talk to you? It's just like, it's a bit rubbish for them. If you're on a high capacity, the day goes really quick. So
yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I do feel sorry for them in that sense, but like I say, it's not their fault. Let's bring Matt in. Oh, that sun's bright, mate. What do you think? Sunshine. Was it a surprise package?
No. It's sluggish, but no, it's still got a kick.
Yeah.
I do like me intimate accelerators.
Absolutely, absolutely. Let's bring Andy in. Did you go, Andy?
Yeah, went. Blew the cobwebs out this morning. Enjoyed the launch. I felt it a little bit, I wouldn't say rough, but a little bit vibrating. It's just because it's cold.
Hey up.
Cold.
Coming back.
He's not happy. He's not happy.
What have you said? Come on, this is the man who like rides like any Arrow coaster. It's like, oh, smooth.
No, I never said the arrows are smooth. I've just learnt to handle them.
Well, should we go 13?
There will be no arrow slating in this video. I'm just getting that in there early.
I like the roughness. You know, it wasn't me. Nah, it's not closed. It's just because it's early.
Closed.
Hang on.
What's planned, Steve?
We're currently waiting for a coaster with coaster flu.
Yep.
So it has been testing, which means it is above 5 degrees. So we're just kind of waiting to see. Look, I want it.
What's the coaster?
13.
You sure?
I hope so. We're actually on the site of Roller Disco. Rest in peace. So I looked at it and it's now broken. So I think we're going to head and find another roller coaster or ride or something.
Is there anything else open?
There is a lot of closures this morning. There's a lot of closures. Like the valley just looks like a no-go zone at the moment. So I reckon we go down to Oblivion.
We'll go with your lead.
Yeah. Okay, let's go.
Let's go. On our way to Oblivion, or X Sector, wherever it is we end up, we're going to walk past what was Woodcutter's Bar and Grill, but there's been some changes.
It is now the Oak and Chains Bar and Grill. However, the menu did appear online. Now, I wasn't sure if it was actually the menu for this place because it didn't look very bar and grilly on what appeared online. I'm not sure if someone trying to troll, you know, like I don't quite believe what was on there. So I'm going to check it out later on and just see what is the offering in this new establishment.
And we're pretty much, well, it's just over there, Hex. is even though it was only open for about 10 days last season.
Yeah, that's bizarre.
It's closed.
With it being only open for a short period, I thought it would have been able to maybe apply for some kind of, you know, it'll get its annual done at the end of this year. But it looks like they've done the annual on it, so
yeah,
that's basically where they do the full inspection of the ride. With it only being open for like, what was it? It's a scare.
Well,
so maybe just under a month.
Yeah,
just under a month. So I thought it would have been able to do that, but no, it's had a. It looks like it's having a full strip down. It's a shame it's not available on opening day, but it's also a shame that Skyride's not.
Yeah, I was just going to say, while we're on the subject of Hex, we might as well mention Skyride. That's also down until April, as well as Hex, and the Rapids is down till April as well. They've not specified or like when it'll be in April, but to be fair, I'm not bothered about the Rapids. I wouldn't have done that today, but it is a real shame that Skyride is still not ready and that Hex is once again down on a day where obviously Rita's on one train and now closed, 13's closed, Nemesis Reborn's closed, there's quite a few things closed, Wickerman's on lower capacity I believe, so it's all I'm going to say is if this was Blackpool or Fort Park, it'd be all over the internet about it being a disgraceful day already, but we're going to give it a chance. It could get better, but it can get worse.
It's a sellout, isn't it, as well? So
yeah, it is.
It's a busy park.
Yeah.
So having one train, Rita is not ideal.
No.
Although I did enjoy getting a ride on it, so I'm happy about that. I think that it's just unlucky, really, when you have days like this. Like, I know that they can't control the weather, but the weather's now okay. It looks like there's a technical issue now with 13. So,
yeah.
The story changed, so
yeah.
I think we go down to X Sector and give that a look and see what's going on down there.
Yeah, but can it get any worse? It can.
Yeah.
Hopefully it won't.
There you go. So 50-minute queue for Oblivion. We're going to go and give the single rider a go because that's coming new this year. So we'll review that afterwards. So
you're going to do single rider.
Yeah.
I'm going to get some stock footage of Oblivion, and Stephen's gone off to watch the Smiler because he loves it.
Right, we'll see how long this takes.
Yeah, hopefully not 50 minutes.
Hopefully not.
Yeah, good luck, mate.
See you in a bit.
Minutes?
So Matt is in the single rider queue for Oblivion. He's sending me regular messages on Facebook complaining, saying it's not moving. I think it's on 6 shuttles today.
There'll be 5 or 6. It is in double.
Yeah.
You can tell because the shuttles are going out in pairs. So
yeah.
The queue is moving. Like, it probably isn't 50 minutes in that main queue, but it is a big queue for Oblivion.
Yeah.
You know, normally Oblivion sits around the 20-minute mark on a busy day, but to get up to like 50 shows just how busy it is.
Yeah.
It's one of the few coasters that are actually open. So X Sector is open, so the Smiler and Oblivion are open. At the moment, Dark Forest is closed. They've 13 and Rita. Sorry guys, I broke it. And Forbidden Valley, they've got like Nemesis Reborn down, Galactica down. I think it's only Toxicator at the moment. Subterra's down as well. So it's not a great start. We've kind of avoided it. So I couldn't wait like a long time in Oblivion's queue. I've done it enough times, but Matt's gone to review the single rider queue for us. And we're just kind of getting some shots of the coasters and having a drink. So
yeah, that's it. I just want to clarify as well, we're not complaining about it being busy. We knew it'd be busy. We're just reporting the day as we're seeing it, which is what we always do here on Your Experience Guide. And yeah, we're always going to be honest. And
we were good this morning. Like, Rita was amazing this morning.
Yeah,
we
it was.
opened early. We got on it. Fantastic. You know, it's so like it's a mix. There's always going to be good and bad of every day. It's important to convey everything through, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. I just think that there's been a lot of emphasis on or we're going to still do honest reviews at Alton Towers this year. I've seen a lot of comments like that, and I think we should, as content creators, whether you've got 100,000 subs or 10 subs, you should always be honest about your experiences in a theme park, because at the end of the day, one person or 10 people or 100,000 people might watch your video, and some of those people might make a decision based on what you've said in a video. So I think it's always very important to be honest, and that's why I'm saying we're not complaining about it being busy, we're just letting you know that it's busy.
Just to throw it out there as well, we actually had last year, I think, one bad trip out of many.
Yeah.
Towers was really on form for when we came on park last year. We had a really good day, like every day essentially. And to be fair, today's had a great start with like Rita, for instance, but I think there was some reliability issues today, which we didn't really get last year. We didn't have like issues of like full areas closing when we came on park, so we are seeing that today, unfortunately. But it's still early days. We've got till 8 PM tonight, so we've got plenty of time to hopefully things get open.
Yeah, I think another thing that kind of bugs me on this sort of subject is Blackpool Pleasure Beach has got a reputation for having really bad opening days every year, which never seems to be the case. There's always one which is really bad, but then you get 4 or 5 that are absolutely fine, and then you get a bad one again. And that can happen here too, but the difference is everyone kind of goes on about it for ages when it happens at Blackpool, whereas if you get a day like this at Towers where the ride availability is not good and the ride capacity is not as good as it can be, you never hear much about it. And I think it's kind of a double standards thing. I think we should report the same everywhere we go and not just, oh, Alton Towers we've got an early pass, so we're going to be all positive about it. You've got to be honest about everywhere you go, in my opinion. So yeah, we'll wait and see what Matt says, but he's been sending me a lot of messages on Facebook complaining about the single rider queue, so yeah.
It's an interesting choice to have single rider queue on Oblivion, because unless they've got a staff member actually running that, it is really hard to keep the shuttles full because of the way the station's designed. And if you've only got one bay loader loading 2 roller coaster stations, marking off fast tracks and loading, doing all that it's hard to manage, which is why it left in the first place.
Yeah.
So it's interesting for them to bring it back if they haven't increased the staffing. But maybe they've got 2 hosts on the station now. That would help if you have one at each end, but I know they were trying to run it in double with just one host batching, and that's really hard to do. So I don't know, let's see how it goes.
Saying from Jurassic Park, just because you can doesn't mean you should, and I think that might apply to Oblivion single rider, but we'll see how it goes.
Let's get the search party out. How was the experience of the single rider?
So 50-minute queue, did it in just under 35 minutes. Quite impressive actually, 6 trains, and staff on the station were working really hard.
Good stuff. How was the ride?
It's Oblivion, isn't it? 30-second wonder.
It's just your age, mate, sorry.
It's not a special package at Cedar Point though, is it?
He's not falling into Oblivion then?
No, he survived Oblivion. The Lord of Darkness found him, so I think we're going to head over to the valley and have a look at what this new ride's all cracked up about.
Yeah, okay. Toxicator.
Let's go.
Yep, let's go.
It's the world's tallest.
Is it?
Top spin, because it's on a concrete base.
Excellent.
It's the same as the others, but this one's lifted up in the air, so that's the selling point. You can actually walk underneath it now, which is another unique thing. I don't think there's any other top spins out there where you can walk underneath. And I think, to be fair, I think it is about time that Towers did put in a permanent flat ride, so I'm glad to see something new coming into the park.
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic that Alton Towers have replaced a ride that they removed 10 years ago with something almost exactly the same. However, it is different because it's got the back-to-back seating.
Yeah, so bit like Talican at Fantasyland, where you sit on it facing away from each other. So that gives you like a front row view from both sides, which I think is going to be quite interesting. I have noticed it seems to be a little bit toned down. Watching it cycle, there's a lot of brakes being applied to kind of make it a bit more tame. Like when you're on Talican, the brakes are used to make it more extreme, whereas here they seem to be using the brakes to tone it down. So it'd be interesting to see if it's going to be a better experience, because to me, Talican's too intense. So this might be a good, you know, in between top spin where it's not too intense. And from what I hear from people, they are enjoying it and saying it didn't make them feel sick. So I think that's a bonus.
Yeah, it's worth noting that there has already been a lot of videos and a lot of positive reviews about it, but that was on the like preview event from the content creator program from the verified content creators. But this is more of we've come on opening day and we're reviewing it not on a gifted experience. This is just us here on opening day talking about it. Now, it's probably a good time to mention that I've not been on a top spin attraction since probably about 2007 when Ripsaw was last here. Just don't like them, they're not my kind of ride, so I'm afraid on this one it's over to you for the review, mate.
Hopefully I won't vomit.
No.
I might add to the green theming.
Yeah.
No, I do like a top spin. This one I think I will enjoy because it's not too crazy. Talking about the theming, I'm one of the few people who's not really that impressed. Like everyone's saying, oh, it's amazing. I'm like, it looks like a car. Well, I'm sorry.
I mean, we will sort of show that in a bit. We'll go into the tunnel and have a look at the theming, but from first impressions walking into Forbidden Valley, from all of the reviews I saw online yesterday, maybe I sort of thought maybe I over-egged my expectations with it. I thought it'd be like a world-class theming, but I'm yet to actually see any theming, so maybe I'll see some when we get a little bit closer to the attraction.
I feel like it's a nighttime ride because the screens and everything they've got on the side of it, which you can kind of see that the liquid going up and down, so I think maybe it'll look better at night, so we need to come back later on because it is open till 8 today, so we'll be able to get some shots in the dark of it as well. So,
is this going to be another Wicker Man situation where a ride looks great in the dark in a park, it's hardly open in the dark?
Potentially.
Yeah.
Potentially. But let's give it a chance and see.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we're going to jump in. The queue's currently about 2 hours. So yeah.
Excellent.
But, to be fair, 2 hours isn't bad for an opening day queue time. So it is shifting the queue pretty quick, and it is a pretty long cycle. So yeah, I think they're doing a good job with getting the queue moving.
Good stuff. There'll also be reviews from Matt and Andy as well as Stephen. But for me, I will be on very much a watching brief and getting some off-ride shots. So I'm going to go on.
Yeah, I'm going to go on. Need to get supplies.
Yeah, okay. Enjoy. Was going on. So Andy and Stephen are in the queue and we're taking a watching brief, aren't we, mate?
Yeah, to be honest with you, if I were on that, it'd be home time for me.
Yeah.
I'm not, like I said, I've not been on for like 10 years, but I'm getting a bit older now. Everybody can't take it as much as they can anymore, so I mean, we'll see later. Might get a go later on when it's darker, because then I can just go.
Yeah. sit in the traffic with a bad stomach. Yeah, it's alright. Your nice new car, I'm not going to say what it is, but we'll get nice. So have it like a 6 cent in there then.
I've had it 6 weeks and I still managed to keep it clean inside, so I'm doing well, so no,
yeah.
I'm going to dispute it.
No, don't be doing that. So whilst we're not going on it, what do you think of the theming?
Alright, it's easy to market, I think. I'm scared to say the wrong thing.
Just be honest. Just be honest. It's what we do on your experience guide.
They could have done a lot more with it, I think. I think I had a little bit more opportunity with it.
Yeah.
Like I say, it's easy to market. You know, crowds today, it's probably crowded.
Yeah.
So they've done alright with that. You know, as a park, yeah, they're alright. But probably because we're a little bit more, we scrutinise it a little bit more, I suppose, but
yeah, I feel like they've done the bare minimum. It just feel I've seen a few reviews where like the tunnel bit that we're going to show on screen now, I've seen this described as awesome, and amazing theming and really fits in. And for me, it just looks like the underpass at Blackpool North train station. I mean, it's got the right colours as well with the green. I mean, I can see what they're trying to do, but it looks like well, I could be wrong, but it looks like they've done it on the cheap. It looks like the bare minimum has been done to theme it. It's not really what I would imagine that Alton Towers would have done in their heyday, but they're obviously not in their heyday anymore. How was it?
That was good, actually. I enjoyed it. I think that having it slightly toned down isn't a bad thing, because Talican's too much for me. If then it wipes me out. That was just enough. Like, it was intense, and then it was like, that's it now. So having the brakes coming on a bit more is probably a good thing.
Yeah.
Because I could go on that again, you know, and ride it again. Whereas with Ripsaw and Talican, I can do it, and then it's like I'm done. I feel sick. So
yeah.
I think they've got the nausea just right on it, so it's not too much where you're gonna be ill, but it's just the right level. Overall, I think that the operations on it are very good today. So it's opening day.
How long did you queue? I didn't feel like long.
Queue. It's 40 minutes. With a 100-minute queue, we did it in 40 minutes.
Yeah.
I honestly like places that overshoot, because I'm happy now. Like, I think I beat the system. Whereas if they said, oh, it's 40 minutes, it was actually 100, I'd be really angry. So I'm saying that's a good thing. I'd rather know that I might be in for a long wait than be told it's going to be, you know, a short wait. But anywho, it does seem to move quite quickly. The fast track queues and rab queues are full, so that's kind of as bad as it's going to get for like capacity. So I think like it must have been mayhem this morning. I think we did the right thing coming a little bit later on in the day. Yeah. And I think that they've got the balance between the fast tracks and the main ride right. So yeah, I'm overall enjoyed it.
Is there any more theming that you can't see from out of the queue in the queue?
There's some water fountains. I'll be honest, I wouldn't say this ride's really about the theming. It's about the experience. So I think the theming's a little bit. I don't know. It's not for me. Like, some people like it. It's not ticking it for me though. I think it's just a little bit too grimy, really, for a ride. I don't know.
Yeah.
Bogey coloured. I don't know.
Radioactive bogies.
It's like I say, like the ride itself's great. The theming, like, for me, it doesn't really add anything or take anything away from the experience. I think it's quite good how you can kind of get some interesting angles of the ride from like around it now, whereas with Ripsaw, like, you could only see it from the front. Yeah. So, like, for interaction, and I do like rides where you can really get like underneath and around it, so that's really good. I like that. And I think it's great to have such a large ride over a pathway. The pathway's closed off today, but I imagine that's going to change as, you know, the crowds are as intense, and that'll open up, so you'll be able to come into like Galactica area, walk underneath Toxicator and see the ride running, and, you know, it just makes you feel like you're at a theme park. You don't have to go on, you can enjoy just watching it. And I'm sure, like, I've been sitting here watching it for about an hour now, and it's really interesting to watch. I really enjoy watching the ride. I enjoy going on the ride. So yeah, I think they're onto a winner with that one. I think they need to put a few more smaller flat rides in. I would love to see another roller coaster, but I do think that they've got enough roller coasters at the moment. I know you like
absolutely not.
I do think that they've got enough roller coasters.
Steve, if I want to go on a flat ride, I'll go to Knutsford Fair. So you know what I mean?
This is not a Knutsford Fair attraction now. This is a solid, permanent, proper flat ride experience rather than a travelling ride experience.
More dark rides at Alton Towers, please.
Yeah, I'm up for that. Like, definitely a dark ride of some kind.
Oh, and a water ride to replace log flume.
I wouldn't be against like a dark ride roller coaster.
We've only got a little shopping list. More dark rides, more water rides, more coasters, more restaurants.
I can't be trusted with water rides.
Well, you don't go on them anyway.
How water rides from Toxicator?
I don't know. Well, it's got water. You said it's got fountains.
Does that fountain? Yeah, you water ride. Come on, let's have a go. Come on.
Let's get Andy's review. Any good?
Yeah, it's alright. A little bit tame for me, but it's good. Starts off slow. As you say, the theme's a little bit lacklustre round about it. Some painted oil drums. But the sequence going through it and the ride ops as well. One off, as the other ones are off, you're going on. You know, they're battering them through. So that's made the queue much quicker than we thought it was going to be.
Moving on from Toxicator, we're still in Forbidden Valley, although this bit of Forbidden Valley is not themed like Forbidden Valley. Galactica is closed pretty much as normal. It's having tech issues, so yeah. Nemesis has been down as well quite a bit while you've been on Toxicator.
Yeah, I noticed that while we're in the queue line, the PA going off about the Nemesis being being closed. So that's a shame. But you know, onwards and upwards. Let's go see what else is open.
What's the plan?
To be fair, I could do. I really want to try something to eat. Now I'm gonna raise this now. So I'm very disappointed with the F&B options this year. So I went over to the what's it called, the generator, is it now?
Yes.
The one in the valley. And I'll be optioned. They only got 2 options of like food there now. And I'll be honest, it didn't really look that appealing to me. Like, so I'm sure some people probably like that, but like, I don't really want. I just wanted some chips that I can carry away, especially with it being like a service thing where it's covered in. Well, on the thing, it's covered in sauces and everything. I don't really want to be carrying that around the park, like trying to eat it. It looks really messy. So I decided not to get it, just on the image of the screen.
Yeah.
Like, you could probably get it without, but I don't know. It just looked a little bit revolting as well, like looking at it. And this is just like chicken and chips essentially. You shouldn't really. I don't know. Maybe I'm being harsh. But
no, I don't know how you can make chicken and chips look as bad as it does on the photo. I mean, I eat a lot of chicken, some fried chicken. I always probably eat too much of it, but literally I looked at the photo and went, nah.
Yeah,
like usually a marketed photo of food is like a lot better than what the food actually is, but I don't know if it can be any worse than what the photo shows. I certainly hope not, but yeah, I mean, I moaned about the food options here last year, especially this place behind us, the roller coaster restaurant. I wouldn't go there again even if someone paid for it. It's just, no.
To be fair, that was bad.
It was awful. It was awful. I'm not going to dwell on it. It was awful. I'm never going there again. I said it in the vlog at the time, and as someone that suffers with a bad stomach a lot because of food and stuff, I'm not risking having a roller coaster restaurant disaster like last year. So basically, our best option is bring butties.
Yeah.
I mean, we could say where's Mike, because Mike butty, but I actually mean a sandwich butty. So yeah, I don't know what the plan is for food here now. No, we'll figure it out.
Have a wander and try and find something. I was going to give it a go because it's New Year and new options. I thought, you know what, let's give something a go, and it ain't doing it for me. Maybe pizza pasta, potentially. Yeah. I've not been there in a long time, so.
Yeah, good idea.
Is it always that slow? That's slow.
I thought it stopped. Maybe that's why it's down.
Maybe they can't get it quick enough. There we go.
There you go, it's movement now.
The magnetic brakes are on form today.
A little bit sharp maybe.
To be fair, it has been a lot slower since they updated it to the magnetic brakes, but I didn't think it was that bad. Was it that bad last year when it was running empty?
I can't remember.
I don't even know if I've seen it running empty, to be fair. It was pretty on the ball.
Yeah.
Last year, so I can hear the Toxicator having a good time over there.
Yeah. Shall we go check those pizza prices?
Yeah, let's have a wander. Yeah, let's go.
Let's go. Oh, Galactica's still running empty too. Well, we've been to Pizza Pasta. It was £18 each with a Merlin pass. You do get a drink with that. That's a gold Merlin pass. I think if you've got different tiers of passes, you get different tiers of discounts. Don't really know too much about the other ones, but I've got a gold pass. £18 for the buffet and for the drink. I'm not going to review it first. I'll let Steve review it.
I was told if you've got nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all.
Oh. But you liked it, so you'll have loads to say, right?
I ate stuff, but it wasn't particularly brilliant. Like, I'd made better pizzas at home in the oven, so it is a bit of a shame. It was just like a scrum as well, wasn't it? Like, quite for most of the time we were in there. Like, I don't know. I don't feel like it was worth the money.
No.
So I probably won't be in a hurry to go back there. But at least it's trying somewhere different. We haven't been there for a long time, so.
Yeah. Probably a good reason.
Yeah.
Andy, come on down. What did you think?
It was actually a hit or miss. Went up one time, food was really hot and nice. Went up a second time, some it was hot, but it was a fight. You know, trying to get into anything. They need a bit more organisation, I think.
Yeah.
And the way it's done, worth the money this time, not really. What I did have was hot. I really enjoyed. Pasta was nice. Margarita was nice. Garlic bread was a hit or miss whether you got any, because
garlic
one
bread?
minute's full, next minute it's empty.
Yeah.
They weren't very quick in filling that up, and I did notice while we were sitting that the margaritas kept, you know, it was causing a queue because they weren't, you know, bringing it out quick enough.
Yeah.
And obviously the most common pizza on the planet.
Pizza Planet? Toy Story?
Oh, Pete, now that's a totally different ballgame.
And they more or less covered it really, but first plate, alright. Second plate, pizza was cold.
Yeah.
So I'm not usually one for complaining, but I want them to improve it.
Yeah.
So when the girl did ask how was the food, he said it wasn't that good.
Yeah, you got to be honest in those.
No, you've got to, because we want them to improve it.
Yeah.
We want people to have the best experience when they come to these places. So I think in all fairness, we've got every right to say no. So I'd never be afraid to tell people that the food was bad, because how many times end of a meal and you go, yeah, it was fine that, and it was pretty poor.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's any reason why you shouldn't complain or say it wasn't that good. Give them a chance to improve. It is the start of the season.
Yeah.
So we will give them the benefit of the doubt. But I think they were just trying to get the food out too quick.
Yeah.
And then, like I say, second time I went, there was no garlic bread, and to be honest with you, the garlic bread's the best bit.
Yeah, it is.
So, yeah. I think this part's got a big problem with the food offerings.
Yeah.
We were talking about while we sat down eating, it's, we've been to America, European parks, literally every corner you turn, there's a place to eat, there's somewhere to, there's takeaway food that you can walk around the park with. You can grab a beer and walk around the park with a beer. There's nothing like that in Towers. You've got to walk quite far to get something to eat.
Yeah.
And that is one of my biggest gripes with this park at the moment, I think.
Yeah. I was going to say, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt on with it being opening day. It was a bit weird with the service because the pizzas were being put out really quickly in some cases, but then they were cold, or then they were taking ages and then they were good. But because they've been taking ages for it, then everyone's trying to get it all at once, and I don't think they've got the food to people ratio quite right. I don't think there's enough food for everyone to go around, which is why they're then chucking the food out and it's not warm enough. So I think I'd give it a 4 out of 10 at best. I'll probably give it another try at some point, but yeah, when you look at all the food options at Towers, and it was a massive complaining point of everybody last year that the food options here are not good enough, and well, you could give them a bit of slack on opening day, but they have got to improve it because it's just not good enough. Well, next up is the Curse of Alton Manor, something that never disappoints here at Alton Towers, and it appears to have like a 15-minute queue, so that's all good.
You wretched little creature!
Captain Kerwin, you landed your helicopter.
I have, just back there. Been playing too much GTA.
Yeah.
So we've just done the Curse. Kind of impromptu on the way to Nemesis, so it wasn't too busy. 25-minute queue.
Took 10, didn't it?
I'd say 5-10. It was less than 10. It was alright. It's a good dark ride. I think that there are better dark rides out there, particularly after we've done recently
2
Universal.
trips to Disney.
Well, you've done 2 trips. I've done 1. Phantom Manor is one you brought up just then. But I personally think even Forbidden Journey, for instance, as a dark ride. I know it's a different theme and everything, but it's such a good dark ride. And I think there are other dark rides out there that are a lot better. I would like to see a new dark ride at new dark ride at Towers.
I know a lot of people are craving flat rides, can't get my words out. But for me, I'd rather have dark rides. Dark rides are people movers. They can be themed any way you like them. They're obviously good in the rain. And we get a lot of that in the UK. So I think for me, I know everybody really, really wants more sort of fairground permanent attractions here. But for me, less of that. Again, like I've said before, more water rides, more dark rides. I know water rides doesn't really go hand in hand with our weather, but they are people movers as well, and there isn't enough people moving attractions in this park, and Curse at Alton Manor certainly is a people mover.
Water dark ride?
Yeah, Valhalla.
Well, they've got one, haven't they?
Yeah, oh yeah, the closed one.
Closed,
yeah, something that doesn't get mentioned a lot, but yeah.
To be fair, like as a Dungeons, I don't think it ever really got fully utilised. Because that was a people mover.
Yeah.
And it was Charlie. Like you'd get a lot of people, 9 people on a boat. You just constantly send the boat out. So, you know, people used to not wait very long for that particular attraction. So I do miss something like that because it was one of those where everywhere's busy. What should we do? Oh, we'll just go on Charlie.
Yeah, exactly.
Have a go on that. And then it's the same with like all the dark rides really. Forbidden Journey. Like how many times we go on that? Well, it's just walk on. So they do move a lot of people. So
that's the thing. It's like I know you can't really compare. Although I know, well, to be fair, you can compare it because Merlin once said that they're second only to Disney, so I suppose it can be compared to Universal and Disney. But yeah, I feel like they need more people moving dark rides like those parks have, because this place does get busy in the summer. It is a very popular place, and they need more people moving attractions along with better ride availability. Anyway, moving on. Talking of ride availability and long queues, we are now going to brave the Nemesis queue, which last time we saw it was 90 minutes.
Oh, was it?
At least it isn't.
I haven't looked.
At least it's not the 6 hours it was this time last year.
It's actually open now because it was running empty.
Probably not.
Ages, so
probably not. But
we'll have to go and investigate.
We will. Right. Go and fly a helicopter.
Right, get in.
There is an old saying that loose lips sink ships, but there is a rumour going around on social media that Toxicator has closed because of some sort of burst pipe. Don't know how true that is, but from what we can see, Forbidden Valley is being evacuated. So after this 2-hour wait so far for Nemesis, hopefully we will get on it. But yeah, see how it goes. It was advertised at a 70-minute queue, was it?
Yeah.
2 hours, 10 minutes later, we've been on row 7. And, well, I don't know what you guys thought, but I thought it was very, very, very juddery today.
Yeah, definitely. It did feel sort of judder vibration through it. Apart from that, it was actually running all right.
Yeah.
But to wait that length of time in a queue, hopefully the judder's just something to do with a wheel or something rather than a track starting to go faulty already. But apart from that, I enjoyed the ride.
Yeah, I mean there was a lot of complaints about the judder last year, but maybe it's just the trains, I don't know.
I didn't feel it last year, but I think we
same.
were on the front.
Yeah, to be honest, like last year I jumped to Nemesis defence quite a lot online saying there was no judder and it was only on the last corner that you really heard the vibration, but today it was pretty bad, pretty noticeable. But
yeah, most of the way through it.
When we went on Penguin Trek, SeaWorld Orlando, new B&M had the same judder, literally the same. So we'll ask Matt what he thought.
Yeah, that judder was all the way around, wasn't it? I didn't enjoy it.
No.
I must be getting old.
There you go, took your hair off now as well.
Honestly, I must be getting old because I didn't enjoy it at all. Like my whole face was vibrating.
Yeah.
And it didn't feel good.
It is cold, so that might not be helping.
No, and like I say in the past, I've always enjoyed that ride.
Yeah.
Today, no, it was like I say, a wheel issue.
Yeah. Well, like we say, could be because of the cold, but just to confirm what we were saying in the Nemesis queue as well, Toxicator is closed. Something to do with pipes. Some could say shit happens. Well, we've tried our best. here at Alton Towers Resort on opening day to make the best of it, but unfortunately ride availability is just not improved. You've probably seen by the time this video goes on that Toxicator had an incident today and has been closed for a lot of the afternoon. Steve's going to give us an update on ride availability.
So we've got about half the park for thrill rides closed at the moment, unfortunately. We've got Toxicator, Galactica, Nemesis Subterra, 13. There's another one, but I can't remember on the top of my head now. They're all down at the moment. 13's understandable because it is below 5 degrees and that can't run below 5, and that's just the rule it's had for a very long time now.
Yep.
So that's fair, but the rest, you know, it's a little bit disappointing. I've had a good day with good people.
Yes.
I'm just. I feel like it's just been a little bit of a fail opening day, unfortunately. But you know, we're back tomorrow, so hopefully it'll be a better day. I'm going to come in with positive cap on. I don't know what that looks like. This is negativity cap, isn't it? But but like, it just kind of shows how different things can affect different. Like Blackpool had a really good opening weekend. This one not so much, but. You know, maybe tomorrow's going to be a better day. Maybe they're going to have a better day tomorrow. So now they've actually had some people in the park and the rides have been running. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Yeah, let's see.
Same as Stephen, I've had a good day with good friends. We all enjoy each other's company. But then we see past it and we see what the park have got to offer.
Yeah.
To me, I used to love coming to this park. No. Before I started travelling and started doing other parks and stuff, you know, this was my home park and I used to love coming here 2 or 3 times a year. I'm slowly falling out of love with the place.
Yeah.
And I'm not impressed on what they've got to offer at the minute. Like I say, ride availability has been really poor. But you know what, the staff have been working really, really hard. But
yeah.
I think they're very, very limited of what of what they've got to work with, and which is an absolute shame. It's really hard to find some positives, and I'm not usually a negative person.
No,
I'm not. And you know, you probably think I'm moaning all the time. I'm not. It's really disappointing when you spend all this money, you spend all this time coming to these parks, supporting them. They can just do so much better.
Yeah.
It's a shame, and you know, we were thinking of going home early.
Forbidden Valley gate closed, so nice long walk.
That's what I mean, we've got a nice long walk now because we can't go out the Galactica exit, so yeah.
Let's hope the monorail's working.
That's probably got a queue as well.
Yeah, or does that work in, below 5 degrees?
I don't think that likes the cold weather either, same as 13, isn't it?
Probably.
So, but you know what? We had such a positive start as well.
I know, got on Rita early.
On Rita by 20 to 10, and we were like, yeah, gonna be a good day this.
Yeah.
It didn't last long.
No.
So, yeah. Like I say, we'll try and be more positive in the next video.
we'll bring Andy in.
300-mile drive, yeah.
Has it been worth it?
Good company, yes. Park, not so much. As I said, it was a really good start to the day. But because there were so many rides down at any one time, the queues for anything that was operating was just way more than you normally expect an opening day in this park. We can understand there's teething problems. The rides have been sitting for however long the park's shut, and hopefully that's mostly what this is all down to. I've enjoyed the company, I've enjoyed the day, but it should have been much better. But a little bit disappointed, especially with the drive that I've now got to do to go back.
Yeah.
Up the roads. But,
yeah.
in all, I do like the park. Today's been, I'd say it's one of the worst days I've ever had in the park.
Yeah.
Over the many years, which hopefully it's just teething problems and it's not, things to come.
Yeah.
They got on the new ride, enjoyed that, and well, we haven't done many rides at all today, unfortunately. You've got to take the good with the bad sometimes.
Yeah, so I am going to try and end this on a bit of a positive, because we've all discussed ride closures, we've discussed the food issues, and we've discussed the other issues across the board, cuts at Merlin, entertainment being cut, other things being cut. So here's a positive about Alton Towers. The ride operators, the staff members in the shops, food places, and the staff on the ground have been brilliant. Customer service has been great. The staff who are working on the rides, who are getting it in the neck off guests who are annoyed, they're doing a great job. They are doing their best in a very, very bad situation, and they deserve a lot of credit, and I hope that their management recognise that, and when they come in tomorrow, I hope they don't get a hard time for rides being closed, because it's not the ride operator's fault. They're not the ones that came here this morning and went, we're going to run this on one train or that on two train, or we're going to shut this ride on purpose. That doesn't happen. The ride ops want you to have a great day. They want us to have a great day. It's not their fault this has happened. It's not the cashier's fault. It's not people who are making your food or anything. It's just a lack of investment in the park has been a long time problem, and it's coming to a head. And I'm going to make another example, like a footballing example. Man United, lack of investment over the years. Now look at them. And that is what's going to happen here if Merlin don't start throwing the money in and giving this park what it needs, investment. Because let's not blame the ride ops and all the other staff that we see when we're at the park. Blame those who are not putting the money in and supporting parks like this and Fort Park and all the other parks that need the money to be a good day out and not have these issues. So for me, I don't want to talk about the ride issues, the food issues and all that. I've covered it before. The other guys have covered it. It's been a bad day for that, but well, it can get worse. Hopefully it won't. But yeah, that's all for today. If you have enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. It's a little thumbs up below. Please comment. Please subscribe to Your Experience Guide. Many thanks for watching. See you next time.